everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amina and this is Experiencing Fragrances with Amina. We are here with a collab. Yes, a collab. They're my favorites. Today in this video, I'm collabing with Miss LuuLuu, Deborah Day, Dr. Rose Chaperone with the Perfume Corner, and Gids from I Am Gids to do a collab, or I think I said that already, a video on 5 fragrances from our collection that you must try. So I will go ahead and link everybody's information down below. Make sure you check them out. Each and every one of them produce very excellent content, so be sure to go to their channels to see their part of the collab and to also subscribe to their channels. So when deciding on picking 5 fragrances, I thought, okay, what 5 fragrances can I choose that will allow anyone who smells them just a little bit more insight on my taste in fragrance? A lot of you guys know that I do really enjoy more obscure fragrances, some niche and indie houses. So the fragrances that I'm going to share today kind of fall into the category of either indie or niche. And just feature a lot of my favorite things. So hopefully you guys get to try some of these out and it will let you guys know a little bit, more about my taste. So let's go. So I know we're supposed to do 5 fragrances, but so I wanted to go ahead and feature 2 honorable mentions that I know a lot of you guys know that I adore. I've either spoken about them a lot on my YouTube channel or on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put those details down below. So the first honorable mention is one of my favorite vanilla tea chai type fragrance. And I know you guys are tired of hearing me talk about it, but it's Remember Me by Jovoy. Ugh. Remember Me by Jovoy. This one here is a very smooth, spicy vanilla. It reminds me of a chai tea. If you want to smell like a sexy chai tea latte, get you some. Trust me, you won't regret. This to me is a must try. If anyone comes over and looks at my collection, this is always one of the first ones that I say, hey, you must try this. It has notes of ginger, cardamom, vanilla, tea, and a few other notes. Jovoy, Remember Me, scrumptious vanilla, spice, tea, goodness. Try it. Okay, so another honorable mention, again, I won't spend a lot of time on because I've spoken about it numerous times and I know everyone's sick of it, but I just have to. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm not sorry. No. Under My Skin by Francesca Bianchi. This is one that you just get used to it. You're going to hear me talk about it over and over and over and over and over again. And if you have a problem with it, you already know. It's a beautiful skin-like spicy scent. There's a lot of castoreum in here. Some really nice, smooth, it just smells like I say, my skin, but better. I'm not gonna spend too much time. So the first fragrance you guys have seen on my channel once before, well, not on my channel, but on a video that I collabed with a while ago where we talked about fragrances that we grew to love. And one of the categories that I spoke about was leather fragrances. And this has to be one of my top 3 leather fragrances. I think it's very special. And that fragrance is Lonestar Memories by Andy Tower. This scent is just a very effervescent green leather. There's a little bit of incensey feel to it, but overall it's just a very aromatic, light, slightly airy leather fragrance that I feel that can be worn all year round. I feel like it's also quite a unique take on a leather. This just smells like a cowboy, a sexy cowboy wearing like leather chaps and a leather jacket. It's so good. It's so good. So a lot of people, talk and rave about Andy Tower's LDDM or Andy Tower's the Accord Cour, the other one. But for me, I do have and I do really do love LDDM, but Lonestar Memories to me is a bit more special. A lot of people don't talk about it. I feel like it deserves way more shine than it does. So Lonestar Memories has notes of leather. Obviously, there's notes of clary sage that give it this light effervescentness. There excuse me, there are notes of geranium, notes of jasmine, labdanum, tonka, myrrh, a bunch of stuff. It's really good. If you haven't tried it, please get you a sample. Try it. You may or may not like it, you know, but I love it. Yeah, Lonestar Memories by Andy Tower. So the next one I'm going to talk about is also from a house that is pretty well known in the fragrance community. But again, just like Lonestar Memories, I feel like this fragrance from this house is not talked about enough, and I think it's very special. It's kind of a newer fragrance to my collection, and it comes from the house of Frederic Malle, and it's Noir Epices. I think it's Epices. You know, I try my best. I try, and I think it's Noir Epices. Goes my gut. Noir Epices. So we all know with Frederic Malle, the most talked about fragrances are Portrait of a Lady, obviously, great fragrance. Musk Ravageur, another great fragrance. Oh, what's another one? Promise, a bunch of other ones. But for me, I feel like this fragrance is not talked about, and it's so lovely. So Noir Epices has this sort of old school vintage feel that I really love. And I think that's due to the geranium notes in here. Noir Epices, I think, means black spices, but it's not as spicy as you would think. Well, it is spicy, but when you think of noir, you think of something dark and deep, but this is not it. It is definitely spicy, but it's more of a fresh spicy. There's an orange note in here that I do love that just blooms in the opening. There's notes of cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, some pepper. In the dry down, you have a lot of vanilla, some sandalwood, so it's really nice and smooth, but it remains aromatic. And I feel like if you have an opportunity to test it at a store or whatever, go ahead and give it a try. I feel like this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but it's one that someone can really appreciate. Frederic Malle's Noir Epices. So the next fragrance that I'm going to talk about, I think, is one that really represents my style pretty well. I have one that I think does it a little bit better, but this one I think does a really good job on really representing me and my taste in fragrance. And this is from a house called Olfactive Studios, and the fragrance is Woody Mood. Woody Mood is a dark kind of moody, I guess because it's moody, yeah, but it's a dark kind of emotional scent I feel when I wear this. This scent requires like gray skies, maybe thunderstorms, something that you would wear when you want to be cozy, but at the same time you're embracing that darkness, if that makes any sense. So Woody Mood is a really nice, smoky, dark, slightly spicy, woody scent. It has this interesting sequoia note, which I have never experienced in any other fragrance that I own or have tried, which I think makes it quite special. It has this slight smokiness and slight petrol feeling, which I blame on that sequoia. It just feels like the whole vibe of this fragrance, it's quite dramatic, it's quite dark. This is one of my favorite fragrances from Bertrand Duchefort. So it has notes of black tea, sequoia, incense, nard Himalayan, cacao, leather, styrax, and patchouli. So going by the notes alone, it's a me fragrance. I feel like this is a really good representation of my style in fragrance and kind of just embodies everything that I love in a fragrance. It's, like I said, it's dark, it's deep, slightly smoky, but it's unique. I love it. I love this fragrance very well. That's Woody Mood by Olfactive Studio. But if you guys watch my videos, you will know that I've said on numerous occasions that I am not a fan of floral scents. I've come to kind of grow out of that. I do like some florals. The floral fragrances that I don't like are the ones that are very complex and have like a buttload of florals just mixed in there. That I don't like. But I find that I really do love and appreciate floral fragrances that are more a singular, but not like a one note fragrance, but it just focuses on one floral and kind of just slightly adds on it just to complete it, but nothing too over the top. And one fragrance that I found recently that fits that perfectly is by an indie brand called Rogue Perfumery, and the fragrance is called Jasmine Antiques. So this is a jasmine fragrance. It's everything jasmine. It's like going outside and just sniffing a freshly bloomed jasmine bush. It has that jasmine texture, that very soft floral texture. It's slightly indolic as well. If you're not into indolic scents, I wouldn't recommend this one. But what I really love about this scent is that it has notes of spices like clove, I believe. And the clove and jasmine here work so well together. The clove is not overbearing. It lets the jasmine shine, but it just supports it in a way whereby it's not boring. It gives it some texture and some dimension. Like I said, it's jasmine. It's jasmine, but it's showcased absolutely beautifully. Let me confirm the note, the spice in here. So Fragrantica lists notes of jasmine, musk, vanilla, and clove. So yeah, this is just a really beautiful scent that is just so, it's a floral scent for me. It's intoxicating. This is a perfect example of an intoxicating scent, and I find it very, very, very sexy, and I think it's because of the indolic quality of the jasmine that's in here. It's so good, so good. So the very last fragrance I have to share with you is, I believe, the only fragrance that I have from this house, but it's definitely on my top 10. I don't think I've ever shared this fragrance with my YouTube family, but I think I featured it in an unboxing on my Instagram. Anyway, this scent here also features a lot of the notes that I really, really do love. Let's just get to it. It is Histoires de Parfum Fidelis. Oh my god, look at those smudges. The bottle's stunning, but the smudges though is okay. When it's clean, it looks pretty okay. But yeah, this is Fidelis by Histoires de Parfum. This scent is a coffee. On my skin, I get like a chocolatey mocha. So I get coffee, I get chocolate, I get oud. I believe there's rose in here as well. This is a heavy hitter, okay? This scent is sexy. It's dark. It's moody. It's everything. It's, like I said, everything that I love in a fragrance. And I'm just so disappointed that I don't wear this as much. This is one of those where I love it so much that I just don't wear it. I wore it today. I'm wearing it now for the video, just so I could remind myself of how much I do love it. And I don't have much experience with the house of Histoires de Parfum, but this fragrance alone, I'm very, very impressed by the house just by this. And I've tried samples, thanks to LuuLuu, of one of their tuberose fragrances, and I think that one is also fantastic. For a person who doesn't like tuberose, I really do like that scent. I hope she talks about it in her video. I don't know, we'll see. If I remember correctly, the note breakdown doesn't include chocolate, but I feel like the amount of patchouli in here in combination with the coffee and the oud really give me this smooth, decadent coffee vibe that I get. It's not in there, but that's just how I get it on my skin. So the notes on Fragrantica list coffee, saffron, which yes, I do get, cardamom, yeah, cumin, raspberry, rose, agarwood, amber, and patchouli. I mean, come on. The raspberry note isn't quite evident to me. I'm thinking the raspberry just gives it just a little bit of sweetness so that it's not so dark. And with that cumin, maybe it keeps it from becoming too like savory or too BO-like. I don't find this to be anything. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I want to refresh it actually. I actually get some of that raspberry note in the beginning, It says that it's in the mid, but I get the raspberry note in the beginning, but it quickly fades away and leaves behind this like rosy saffron with coffee with a really nice like hearty oud foundation. Beautiful, 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 heavy hitter, dark, powerful, strong. This is that scent. Yeah. If you haven't tried it, please do yourself a favor. I wish they had, I think this is the biggest bottle they sell. They maybe have a big one. If they have a big one, I need to look for a big one because this is one that I want to keep in my collection forever. I mean, not only is the bottle just really awesome and very cool, but the fragrance itself is just, I can't say anymore about it. It's so great. Okay. So that is all that I have to share with you guys. This was definitely a challenge, just picking out 5 fragrances. I mean, you guys saw I had to add in 2 and label them as honorable mentions. But I wanted to bring you guys something unique, something that you haven't heard. You probably have heard about the house before. For example, Frederic Malle, Andy Tower, and Jovoy. Well, Jovoy, you've heard of me because Olfactive Studios, and Histoires de Parfums. So we all know these houses, but these are just fragrances that I feel are underrated, that they're not talked about enough, and that they're so awesome. So I hope, you guys get the opportunity to try these fragrances, because to me they're very near and dear to my heart, and I feel like if you sample these fragrances, you will have a better understanding of what Amina likes. Anyway, I will link all the other creators down below, their videos, so you guys can check them out, and be sure to subscribe to each and every one of them. They're all so awesome. Is there anything else I want to say? I think that is it. Thank you guys for being here. As always, I really appreciate you so much. Comment down below if you've tried any of these fragrances and what you think about them. I'm very curious to know. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.